Hi, and welcome to this live Sacred Fire. I am feeling guided to share about the elements. So it's my intention to do maybe one recording a week welcome, to talk about the elements, to share about the elements. And Sacred Fire is, one that is so beautiful. My series that I have been talking about, the cycles within, or the moon cycles, one of the things is that I share about the elements, and I want to give a little insight into what that is and share that here. So the Sacred Fire, Grandfather Fire, has been with us since the beginning, and every tradition and every lineage, every single one of us has been guided by the warmth of the fire. Our ancestors have sat by the fire, had many council meetings around the fire, warmed food by the fire, and got through many winters from the blessings of the fire. So the ancestor of the heart of the fire is here to help us in so many extreme ways, right? It is said that we have to walk through the fire in order to hold the fire in different traditions. Holding the fire and being a fire keeper, a fire bearer, is a very sacred honor and blessing. If you ever get the chance to do that, this is why I encourage everyone to get to know your lineage, because fire is something that we all work with in these types of lineages. Hi, thank you. So the sacred fire, the fire that helps us to transmute, right? The fire, the phoenix that rises from the ashes. We all have heard different scenarios and different beliefs, and if you have one to share, please put it in the comments. I would love to hear your perception on the fire, if you've sat with fire. And fire can tell us many things. The fire can speak to us in the crackling and the hissing and the way that it ignites and the way that it lights up and the colors that it emits and transmits and how it burns. It teaches us how to temper, teaches us how to honor and respect it, because it is such a sacred guide, sacred wisdom within the sacred fire. It clears the path. Fire can be destructive, but it could also help with the ashes, it can help to bring new growth, right? So here in California, where I live, we have fires that go off, like crazy in the summertime. But when it provides the new growth, we know that it's there, and we have this ecosystem that assists us in walking through these different elements, So the sacred fire that is within us, it burns. And it could burn in a very beautiful way. The fire that, the saying, you're on fire, hey, you're on fire, like you're on it, you're on your path, you're on that way, you're on a roll, right? So that can help us to help our fire continue to burn, help our fire continue to ignite the passion that is within us. You could be on fire for many things, or your fire could start dimming out. And how do you feed your fire, and how do you replenish your fire? These are things to sit with, If you ever seen that movie, The Elements, I think it's a Disney movie, it's really cute. And they feed the fire, they feed it, and they cultivate it, they feed off of it to this family. They are fire carriers, fire keepers of the sacred flame. And I love that analogy in that movie, because some people are really drawn to fire. Some people are meant to walk with fire. Some people are meant to work with fire more deeply, and some water and other elements. We all have our key element that that works within us. And like I mentioned, this is something that I share in my womb cycles within teaching course. And I was just guided to share a little more here on this, because fire is so, it just carries so much for me. I love laying prayers in the fire. Yeah, I love it too. I love the fire. It's so beautiful watching it, and taking some time right now and to breathe in and recognizing that all of our ancestors have worked with fire. All of our ancestors have came together and prayed over the fire, or asked for questions, or talked to the fire, and had these messages come through with the fire. Clarity. Fire is to help one with anger. It's also to assist one with, it's like the antidote to a lot of anger, a lot of grief, a lot of, an antidote to attachments, unhealthy attachments. So this is what I've been taught, and this is what I share in my course, in my class. And we work with fire. It's one of the elements. And today, while I was working with fire in the kitchen, I love cooking. Cooking is one of my passions, and I love cooking on a fire stove. And I love cooking with fire. I love that element in my food. And so as I was cooking, I was getting all my ingredients together, and I was like, dang, we're living through, there's a genocide happening right now. This is a fire within me that is like, it's through the collective. And I may say things that may make people uncomfortable, but I urge you to stay through with this, because this is the reality of our society right now. You don't have to look at the thing, but listen. It's important that we understand that we're living, that there is a genocide happening. Children and families are going through this tragic events in their lives. And we as a society, and those who hold lineages, which we all do, if you're on here, I guarantee you are connected somehow to a sacred lineage, to a indigenous lineage. And we're all ultimately indigenous to this earth. And in this passion, in this insight that I was having while I was cooking with the fire, I was just like, I that burns within me, and how is this reacting in society? How is this reacting through the collective within this knowing that, or unknowing, some people are aware and some people aren't, that a genocide is happening. A genocide is happening in this day and age. It is 2024 and a genocide is happening. My ancestors went through a genocide. Your ancestors probably went through a genocide. And how is it that we are living through this once again? I am really deep and strong about ancestral healing. I feel that this is where this has caused a lot of distortions, and then reclaiming your indigenous roots and the language in which you have been brought up with. This is important, this is an important topic that to not shy away from, and not to be afraid to speak up about. And this is what is feeding some of my flame. This is what is burning some of the sacred fire that is within me and within the collective. What is burning that fire within you, So it is contemplating. I'm opening up this topic of the sacred fire because it is contemplating this topic of what is igniting your fire. What is it that is here, And sometimes it does take these events for us to gain this passion that feeds the fire, because we are here to fight the good fight, to be in a revelation, to be in a revolution, to ignite this, to say no more, to cease fire on the countries, and that in turn ignites our sacred fire. So yeah, I just wanted to come on here and share about that, and also share the cycles, the elements in which I teach and touch on in my Cycles Within womb course. And right now it is focused on mostly women, and maybe I will broaden that circle to men eventually. But for right now, it's a women's guided circle. And, I encourage you to work with fire, talk to the fire. Even if it's just a candle and gazing into a flame, or if it's you cooking on a fire stove like I did. And that was the topic that the sacred fire brought up with me as I was cooking with it today. It is, while we are living through this, this is one of our oldest ancestors of fire, our oldest guide, wise keeper. It'll be here now until forever. And it's been here before we were born. It'll be here until after we're already off of this planet. The fire will continue to be here. There are places on Earth, which is really cool, that have eternal flames, they're called. And the eternal flames in the Earth, there are these little places and pockets of fires and flames that the indigenous peoples had lit in sacred ceremony, and they stay lit. It's like a phenomenon around the Earth, and it's so neat that these fires stay lit, and that's our fire that is within, our fire that stays igniting within us, our fire that continues to burn, right? I feel and I find it extremely, extraordinary. Yes, I also love cooking on fire. And, like I had mentioned before, you must walk through the fire in order to hold the fire. And what is that? What does that mean? I'm not going to dissect that. I'm going to leave that with you to sit with. You must walk through the fire in order to hold the fire. It's something to sit with, and your own revelations come through, your own sacred messages come through with that. It is a passage that one must go through if they're to hold and to be a keeper of the flame. So this is one of the elements. I have a plan to, or I feel this this passion, this fire burning within me to share the elements with all of you. These are the elements that I share within my womb course, and it's time to share them here. I recently received a message from a young man, and from my Instagram, and he's going through some terribly tragic pain. He has some sort of disorder or disease that he deals with, chronic pain. So I want to take this time as you're here and as we're here to pray for all of those who are dealing with chronic issues and pain, mental, physical, and emotional, spiritual, distorted energies. I want to pray for all of those people that are in Palestine and Congo, and all of those who are dealing with and going through the genocide that is, I believe, absolutely it's horrible that this is happening. I have no words for it, but we are to be the voices of the voiceless. And, I don't come on here much often, and I'm not shying away or rejecting my mission, because I'm very much on mission. It's just my things are very different right now. But what I feel passionate about is talking about this genocide, and praying for all of those, because it does ignite, it does something to someone whose bloodline has gone through a genocide. And as I've worked through healing my ancestral lineage, and maybe some of you have also, it's a call to continue to do so. And it's a call to pray for those who are currently going through it. This is a very hard time to be here on this planet. There is also some very exciting things happening in our lives, but at the same time, it's the reality of this is that there is a real genocide happening in this day and age, and it may hurt, and it's okay to sit with this, to be real with it, to honor it, to pray through it, to walk through this fire together as a collective, because it is walking through the fire which we gain the flame. And I encourage you to, walk with this, through the sacred fire with me, as we don't ignore the cries of the collective, the cries of the families who are going through the genocide, the cries of your ancestors who have gone through genocide, and the healing that is asking to occur through the collective within yourself and within the collective. So it's not easy to sit through this flame. It is not easy to sit through these words which I am speaking of, which can burn like a flame, which we feel a little uncomfortable if you're, not used to a fire or not used to the flame. And that's okay. So we don't want to be dismissive of the reality of the society in which we are here with. It's happening in our world, and we have to have the greatest and deepest compassion. It takes strong being. It takes a lot of spiritual strength to be able to hold this mission. It takes a lot of spiritual strength in order to anchor in this light, this word that I'm speaking. It brings life, yes, but it also brings truth to humanity. And as humans, as we are in this humanity and the collective of what is happening, we're not above what is happening to our brothers and sisters on the earth. We're not above them. We're not at, I know a lot of the spiritual talk is staying at a higher vibration and this and that. And I encourage each and every one of you, just be real. Being real is the truest vibration. Being authentic is your highest vibration. Not ignoring the things that are happening. That is your highest vibration. And, it's fiery. It's pretty fiery. And it's okay to be fiery. It's okay to have fire. It's okay to have fire within you, because fiery can make us a little, allow these different energies within ourselves to ignite. Explore this and allow that to bring in and light your fire. Carry the flame. Walk through the fire. So, yeah. Anyways, I feel that that's all I really have to say. If you have anything else or would like to share your experience with fire, please write that below. And then I am gonna, send a lot of healing to the one who sent me a message, and it was really cute of him that he had mentioned that he thought I was off of, or that I was shying away from this channel, and I was like, well, am I? What is my intention here? And my intention here is to be real, and I am like, I have other things happening in my life but I don't want to let the fire of this channel burn out. You know, I want it to ignite, and I want it to ignite you to step into your authenticness and to know that things don't have to be the same, you know. I know some of you may be here from a video in the past, or maybe you've been with me for a long time or are new. I don't know where you're at, but I've been putting videos on YouTube for quite some time now, maybe over 6 years, and they've changed over time, and it's okay. Like, I want to encourage the change. Like, it's okay to change, you know. It's part of who I am, my personality. I love change, and then I like to sit with things. I like to sit with prayer, with Creator. I don't like just to put things out there just to put them out there. I like to really sit and just be like, all right, I'm working through my own stuff, or it's time for me to put something out. So yeah, just being real about it, and what I feel guided to put out is what I put out. Thank you. And yeah, let's just take a deep breath in. And that flame, allow that flame in you to burn, the passion. And if it's flame that you're walking through that is just like, whew, I gotta get through this issues, walk through the flame. But if it's a flame that is igniting that passion within you, let it ignite it. Let that sacred flame, let that sacred fire burn. Let that old grandfather wisdom of grandfather fire speak to you, ignite within you, transform and transcend within you all that no longer serves, all that needs to be released. And as it does, you're able to pray for others, send healing prayers out for those who are in pain, those who have felt that they've maybe lost their connection to spirit, to God, those who feel burdened. Place it into the fire, place it on that prayer. All those who need prayer, all those who need to be surrounded in love and beauty and grace, may they find the healing. May we send out compassion to all those who are on the earth, to all the children who are going through genocide, through all our ancestors who have gone through genocide. May they feel the love and the beauty and the compassion in which you have, and the strength in which you are connected to the most sacred divine, source, God, creator. May the love that you have in your heart grow. May the strength of your heart be known to you as a sacred flame in your heart that loves and has the power to love and heal. It's so strong, your heart. Yes, the fire is calming. Thank you. The calming of the fire, the calming of the flame. May all those who need this calmness receive it. With great love, healing, and blessings to all of you, all who you are connected to, and all of those who need it, especially the ones who are going through genocide, and especially those in your bloodline who have gone through genocide. May peace be with all of you in your sacred lineages. The bloodlines be healed and transformed and transcended into that, to the grace of God, the Almighty. Bringing in healing to any tragic event that has occurred. Beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to all of you. Mm. Mm. I'm gonna stay on here and kind of watch this flame, and if you guys have anything to share, you know, please go ahead. Thank you. I'm glad it helped you. Um, Thank you everyone for being here, and to um, continue to tune in to my channel. Like I said, I've gone through many changes, and but I'm still here. And yeah, thank you. Thank you for being here. And yeah, it's beautiful. Beautiful path. It's not easy, but it's beautiful. I love the fire. I love working with fire. Yeah, but remember the message. Walking through the fire so you can hold and be a keeper of the flame. What does that mean to you? And to all of us, it may mean something different. But yeah, the fire is one of the things I teach in my Cycles Within. In my course, I include working with the elements. It's so important to work with the elements. So many messages, right? And so much tranquil energy. The fire is going, and it's raining outside where I'm at, so it's really nice. Now, those of you who are interested in the Cycles Within series, I do have the Zoom recording for that, where I go over everything that we're gonna cover. It's free. You just have to email me and I'll send you the recording. So many blessings to you all. The element that will be next will be Earth. And then, so let's say today is Wednesday. So yeah, maybe next Wednesday I may have some time to tune into Earth. So thank you so much, and I'll check you all later. Many blessings, and I hope you've liked this, the element of fire. Sacred blessings, and may the sacred fire be with you, igniting a sacred passion in a really beautiful way, and receiving those messages of the heart, and sending the healing out to everyone in the world. Many blessings.